kind of show you a few bikes that came in for some service. When these bikes come in, you got to do a quick diagnostic. Either you're getting information from the rider, the customer, or maybe they don't know much and you have to decipher. Anyways, either way, you are playing detective. That's kind of the fun part for me, is like diagnosing, kind of seeing what the bike's doing, what's it saying, how's it feeling, type of thing. This was a new purchase. It's a used bike, and basically can do an overall check on it. So basically like I'm going through a tune-up. You know, you're checking brakes, derailleurs, shifting, wear and tear items, chain, brake pads, the obvious stuff, tires, seat grips, things like that. Making sure the suspension's functioning, the adjustments are giving you what they're supposed to. You have a contrast of, you know, compression, rebound, and whatnot. It's holding air, things like that. It's all reacting. And then just other things I noticed that I might bring to their attention, like this pedal has some, I don't know if these are stock studs in here, but they're super tall. I'll get a picture of these. They're very tall. It's a new rider, older gentleman who's just coming off road riding, went on his first mountain bike ride up in Oregon. I think he got hooked, bought his first used mountain bike, pretty nice one at that. These studs are very long. They're gonna tear up the bottom of your shoe. Either get the specific riding flat pedal shoe, where it's a little tougher, and or lower these spikes down a bit. You know, you got one little slip of this, which I know contradicts what it's supposed to be doing, but if it flips around and gouges you in your calf, it's gonna take some meat out. So either lower them down, or change out the pedal. But just small things I'm spotting like that. And I always went through the shifting, definitely jumping around quite a bit back here. So chain is good, I checked that. That's the first thing I do. If the chain's bad, get that replaced, then you can dial in your derailleurs. But shifting's pretty funky. I'll try to dial it in with derailleur. If that doesn't give me anything, if it keeps jumping around, I'm gonna take a look at my derailleur hanger. Visually it looks good, but I'll probably have to put a tool on that, because sometimes my eye doesn't pick, you know, those little tweaks up. So if we have a straight derailleur hanger, then we can start spending time and dialing in that rear derailleur type of thing. But my wheels are spinning good. They're fairly true. There's no loose hubs, no loose play in our bearings. So I always check on my bearings. Rear hub, front hub, bottom bracket, headset. Headset is loose. That's something I felt right away. As soon as I started to take some weight off of the bike, lifting upward, you can hear a knock. And then when you test it, hold the front brake, do a little forward, backwards movement, you can hear or see some movement in here. So hopefully that's just an adjustment. So what I'll do is I'll start my adjustment, I'll tighten that up. If it doesn't go away, or it starts to bind the whole system, and we still have play, then there could be something going on. Maybe somebody swapped out a fork, didn't put a part back correctly, it's upside down, or missing a part altogether. So it's kind of a piece by piece thing here. You know, check out the suspension, you know, sit on the bike, have it go through its paces. Again, suspension's working, but also pivot points, things like that, listening for extra creaks. Test ride is super important. Always go on a test ride. Those are the quick things I noticed right there. I think we're tubeless in the front, have a tube in the rear. Tires are pretty worn. Rear's definitely worn. Rear's always going to wear a little faster. You got more weight on it, you got acceleration, harder braking. The front's wearing. That could be used as a replacement, so they want to replace that. So he wants to go ahead and go tubeless altogether. So put new tires on. May or may not have tape back here. I basically got to cover up the spoke holes, so you keep that sealant in. It's not going to leak through. If you ever see sealant leaking through, it's at the base of the nipple on the outside here. If you ever see it there, then the rim tape has failed, or that section got exposed. So basically got to get in there, open it up, clean it really well, and then retape it. That's all we're doing there, is just covering the hole. This dropper here, this is a specialized command post, I think, and very fast when it operates. Scary fast. It's fast, and so stay out of the way of this one. Yeah. Anyway, some of these are a little too fast for their own good. Sometimes you got to put a little more air pressure than recommended just to get it to function. Just could be a sign of you know, wear, age, or quality.